Welcome to Endorphasmic, where we talk about all things endorphasm. I am your hostess, Erica Porter. Have you ever had a moment, or maybe a series of moments in your life that changed the trajectory, changed your purpose in life? I started off as a personal trainer when I was 17 years old, and to me, training was about cause and effect. I train like this. I stress my body like this. I look like this. That's how I trained myself. That's how I trained my clients. Fast forward to 1998. I'm 24 years old. I was invited for the first time to go to a group fitness class. This was a boot camp class held at the Gold's Gym in Manhattan Beach, California. And I walked into this space, and there was every body shape and size, age, men, women, and I fancied myself to be in really good shape. I'm like, I got this. How hard could this be? In walks this ex-Navy SEAL. This is the boot camp instructor who starts barking orders, and I am both terrified and exhilarated all at the same time. This was the hardest thing that I had ever done. However, for the first time as a young adult woman, remind you, I am 24 years old. I didn't think about what my body looked like. I didn't think about what I had to cook. I didn't think about anything except for being completely present in that moment, and somehow also completely removed. I was focused on what my body could do, not on how my body looked. At the end of the class, I laid there, and yes, I laid there flat on the floor, completely present in all of these people and what they did, and the feeling that I had as a result of that. And I went home and I was telling Carlo in so many words about the feeling that I had, the experience that I had taking this class. Fast forward to about 2 weeks later, and we are driving to Big Bear Mountain because Carlo is going to teach me how to snowboard. That is another story for another day. But I had said to him, an endorphasm, and he looked at me like I had two heads. What? I said, an endorphasm. That's what I felt. And he goes, that word is brilliant. Does that word exist? So I didn't have a smartphone at the time, so I had to wait until we were back home to Google endorphasm, endorphasm, endorphasm. Google had never heard of it. So Carlo and I sat there, and it took weeks because we wanted to define what the endorphasm was based on what I told him about the feeling that I had experienced. And so it came to be that endorphasm is the moment during movement that you feel, and that is the key word, feel, all things are possible. That moment, that class changed the trajectory of my life. That class gave me a different sense of self and purpose. I realized that movement is about feeling something, not about looking a certain way. And so my mindset changed. Movement is about the power of the feeling of the power. And I wanted people to feel what I felt in the class that day. And so I made it my mission, my life's purpose, to create a movement experience so that people feel what I felt, to gain that sense of confidence and to know that through movement, all things are possible. When you connect with yourself and you recognize that there are controllables in this life that allow us to walk through life, to move through life, if you will, with purpose. So think back. Is there a moment in your life or a series of moments that changed the trajectory of your life, that changed your purpose and your meaning. And in addition to that, I wish for you, whether it's a walk, a swim, a bike, a yoga class, a group fitness class, an indoor phasm class, whatever it is, that you move and you feel that power of the feeling of power. With that, love, health, and happiness, and always much respect.